with lots of time. What a throw! Robin one for the end zone. Touchdown LSU. Going deep near the end zone, it's caught, and a touchdown! She was looking to throw.
Looking right, throwing right, into the end zone, caught for the touchdown!
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. It is Moolah TV live on Twitch, and I am back with another video for y'all. And yes, as promised, part 2 of the College Football Playoff 2024 National Championship game, the last year of the 4-team playoff. This is it, folks. Next year, we'll be looking at 12 teams, but the Michigan Wolverines take down Alabama Crimson Tide and Nick Saban in Pasadena at the Rose Bowl. They move on to take on the burnt orange of Texas Longhorns. They defeat the Washington Huskies in the All-State Sugar Bowl. And here you have it, folks. The burnt orange Texas Longhorns and the Michigan Wolverines get ready to do battle here in the 2024 National Championship game. I'm your host, Ismullah, on Ismullah TV on Twitch and at Ismullah_TV on YouTube. Thank you for having me. And I can't tell you how excited I am. I mean, it's the tale of two stories. Coach Harbaugh with the Michigan Wolverines and all the controversial things that's been surrounding that team this year. Steve Sarkisian, the brilliant quarterback developer led by Quinn Ewers and that Texas Longhorns offense and defense. We're going to see it all today, folks. And boy, am I excited. I promised you a part 2, and here it is. The Wolverines versus the Longhorns as the teams prepare in the locker rooms and get suited up. Michigan with the higher seed will be the home team today. Texas coming in at the number 3 seed will be the away team. But man, you think about the Big 12 champions and all they've battled. Not an undefeated season. Had that one loss this year to Oklahoma in the Red River Rivalry Showdown. We saw how amazing and intense of a game that was. And it is every single year. Michigan winning the Big 10 championship game in a stellar fashion, leaving the Iowa Hawkeyes wondering if they even belong to be there, blowing them out and putting a 0 donut on that final score, with Michigan just completely dominating from the kickoff. So we'll see what happens in this game. A lot of people, a lot of talk about if Michigan even deserved to be there with all the scandals going on in their locker rooms, stealing plays. We saw Coach Sharon Moore lead the team a few games this year and got some victories for the team, but something needs to be said about how the Michigan Wolverines rallied around their coach. They, regardless of the odds, no matter what happened, no matter what the media and the outside world was saying about them, those players went and did what they do best, and that's go play football. That's go win games. And they are undefeated, ladies and gentlemen, undefeated with the Rose Bowl championship, with the Big Ten championship, now looking to seal the deal for a perfect season for Michigan with a national championship victory. over Texas. So let's see what they're gonna be dripping with. Michigan, pretty standard. Talk to Coach Harbaugh. I could barely even get a hold of him. He didn't want no cameras in the locker room. He didn't want anybody to see him. He just wanted him and his players. Finally got to get back with his guys after the 2-game suspension um, with Penn State and Maryland. He got back with his team in the Big Ten championship game. He's like, hey, he said, Ismail, I love you, but this was for the boys. And I knew exactly what that meant. He needed some one-on-one time with his team and his players, and I completely respect it. Texas, on the other hand, Steve Sarkisian was open. He's like, hey, man, this is my 3rd year. We're having fun, and the job still has to get done, and we look to get it done today. Quinn Ewers, folks, if you're wondering what happened to the mullet, he cut it off. No more mullet for for Quinn Ewers. I asked him, I said, hey, why'd you cut the mullet off, man? It was a trademark. He said, honestly, I think it makes me feel a little bit more aerodynamic. And that's where you have it, folks. We got 4 quarters set for you guys on 15 minutes Heisman difficulty. We got to set the stage for these young fellas as they get ready to throw it down. And I know the national championship is going to be officially played in Texas, but for the sake of the simulation, I definitely want to have it set up to where the actual college football logos are in the game, and that's in California. So once I get there, we'll kick this thing off. But super excited once again to bring you this game, folks. It should be an incredible game. When you look at the Michigan Wolverines offense, okay, last year we saw Blake Corum go down with a serious injury. Donovan Edwards had to step up, next man up, and he did, and really balled out and ran the football hard, even with a cast on his hand. The real big question mark for the Michigan Wolverine offense was, how is J.J. McCarthy going to respond? How is he going to take his game to the next level? And he's done that this year, showing poise, showing leadership, showing patience in the pockets, and got to give a lot of credit to that old line. And I have to give a huge shout out to my man who I grew up watching, Mike Hart, the running back who actually becomes the first black head coach with his start and victory win over the Falcons in Bowling Green on September 16th. But he is the running back coach, and he is doing a phenomenal job. I expect Donovan Edwards and Blake Corum to see them being played on Sundays on NFL roster. But that 1-2 punch is arguably one of the best running backs duo in NCAA in college football. Some can make a serious argument, but I think the keys to Michigan is, can J.J. McCarthy get the ball down the field to his receivers against this Texas Longhorn defense? If he can't do that, the second key to the game is, can the Michigan Wolverines offensive line create holes and have opportunities for Blake Corum and Dom Edwards to have a big game? They're going to need it. If they want any shot of beating Texas, they either have to control the clock with time of possession and pound, pound the football. Corum gets hot, Edwards gets hot, play action, throw it over the top in order to win this game. And lastly, that Michigan Wolverines defense got to get some stops. I mean, Texas Longhorns are not playing. Steve Sarkisian said, "Hey, it's Mullah. We got so much up our sleeves. I don't even think the Michigan Wolverines are ready for what we have coming." And I'm talking about James Worthy out the backfield, different sets, different packages, different looks, some trick plays that they have designed. That they tend to really fool Michigan and kind of get back to some backyard football plays at times, but keep it fun, keep it exciting, and at the end of the day, execute. Why are they here? People want to know, how did Texas Longhorns get here? But first of all, let me tell you this. 2024 with realignment, the Texas Longhorns as the Big 12 champions, they're going to the SEC, folks, and they start off this season letting the SEC know there might be a new sheriff in town by taking down Alabama week 1. Okay. Then they went ahead, only have one loss against Oklahoma. Other than that, destroyed every other team and dominated against Oklahoma State in the Big 12 championship. Earns them the right to be here. And boy, am I excited. The keys for Texas Longhorns, I think, is going to be, how effective can Quinn Ewers be throwing the football and running the football? It's going to be down to him, to be honest. And then the dynamic players he has at running back and receivers, can these guys, can the players that he has do the job that they need them to do? Can they get the football in their hands? Can they get some yards after catch and make those big explosive plays that we're accustomed to them doing all season and what we've seen, if they could do that, they've got a shot. But boy, you could flip a coin because nobody knows what's going to happen and what is about to transpire. Xavier Worthy, Donovan Edwards, Blake Corum, you name it, this game has it all. And here comes kickoff very, very soon as the Big Blue Michigan Wolverines are ready to do battle here in California for the national championship game. Are you ready? The Big Blue, JJ McCarthy, Coach Harbaugh, Mr. Old School, the Burnt Orange, Steve Sarkisian, and the Texas Longhorns, ladies and gentlemen. This is gonna be so exciting, and I can't wait to see what happens. And listen, this could be the matchup. This is a tall order. This could be what we see on January 8th. So this is 2 out of the 4 scenarios. This is number 2, folks. If you didn't see the first one, definitely check it out. And we are on the way with the opening kickoff. He's going to bring it out. Michigan elects to take it out the end zone. Past the 20, tackle down at 23. Blake Corum, the impact player that we talked about, honestly, folks, before the injury last year, he was a front runner, or at least in that top 5 consideration for winning the Heisman Trophy. He's back this year. He came back, and he's looking to seal it off with the victory out the pistol formation. J.J. McCarthy going to hand it off to Blake Corum, hitting the left side, has a lane, gets a block, and he'll take this for a first down and knock out of bounds for a 12-yard gain. Blake Corum off to a great first handoff. That's a great first run. It picks up 12. Their offensive line showing some attitude. JJ in his shotgun. We got trips right to the formation. Quick pass. Ooh, this one was nearly intercepted by Ryan Watts. That'll go down as a deflection, folks. But boy, was that a dangerous throw. JJ just hoping his guy was going to be there. He was not. Almost cost him 6. Back in a shotgun. They're going to play action here. He drops back, has a man, throws it, and it's incomplete as that one is, short and skips off the turf there. He was hit as he threw that football, and that definitely messed up the timing on that throw. Now, early 3rd and 10 after that first down. They're going to go spread here. 4 wide receivers. Rolls out, hits again as he throws. Has a man on the sideline. It's caught! And this will be a touchdown. Cornelius Johnson on a 64-yard touchdown reception. And J.J. McCarthy, right on cue, folks, steps in the pocket, shows the poise we talked about in the pregame. And what a catch by Cornelius. Number 6 for 6. And the Michigan Wolverines strike first in this game. 4 plays, 74 yards. And, folks, that only took 33 seconds, and the PAT is good. Michigan, that is a statement drive as we kick it off to the Texas Longhorns. And how do they respond? Oh, baby. This game is already underway in a short period of time. 33 seconds into the first quarter, we already have our first touchdown of the game. Spread formation, Quinn Ewers in the backfield is going to hand it off right up the middle. He goes. Tackled down is Kaylon Robinson for a 10-yard gain. This will be set up 2nd and inches. Looks like he's actually going to be short of the first down. So 2nd and inches. Still a great pickup. Both offensive lines right now opening up with that run and opening up a really great hole for the running backs to run through. Robinson again with another 7-yard gain, and this will be a first down. So 2 rushes, 17 yards. That's a great way to impose your will and start this opening drive here at the pistol formation. They're going to hand this one off again 3 times in a row, and Robinson will be tacked down for no gain on this one. So that'll be a 2nd and 10. Rod Moore on the tackle. All righty, here we go. 2nd and 10. Out the pistol again. Hands it off to Robinson. Little gimpy on that one. And he's slow to get up. Oh, looks like he might have hurt his knee on that one. 3rd and 7. And he'll come off the field for a play. Hopefully he's all right. But yeah, he didn't look like himself on that last handoff. Quick pass to the outside. That one's almost picked off. Mike on the deflection. This will be a 4th and 7 and Robinson looks like it's a foot contusion. May return soon. Just got the update. So the Longhorns will punt this one away on 4th and 7. So just one first down and a short 3 and out. Michigan gets the ball, and a pretty solid return here. About 9 yards, Samaj Morgan with a 9-yard gain, and the Michigan Wolverines back in business. 1st and 10 from about the 23-yard line. So Texas unable to respond on their opening drive. Wolverines trips to the right, bunch formation, hands it off. Right up the middle goes Blake Corum, and that picks up a solid gain of 9. 2nd and 1, and like I said before, that O-line of Michigan is opening up the holes for Blake Corum to run through, and if that's the case, it's going to be a long day for the Longhorns. Let's see if they can find an answer here. 2nd and 1, here comes McCarthy, quick pass over the middle, caught by Roman Wilson. That'll pick up a first down. 1st and 10 Wolverines as they approach midfield. So far, McCarthy accurate. We got split back in the backfield. Both receivers go out over the middle again for a short gain. Breaks a tackle, another tackle. Okay, first down for Tyler Morris on a 20-yard reception, showing the elusiveness. Boy, was he slippery on that play. Turns to the outside, bounces off of one tackle, doesn't wrap up. Number 41 misses again. Breaks a few tackles on that, and that's a great game. Michigan is looking like a team and a force to be reckoned with, showing you why they are the #1 team in the nation so far in this game. Out the pistol, Lewis McCarthy, he'll take it, drops back. He sees a lane, finds the lane, takes the lane, picks up a 4-yard gain, sets up a 2nd and 6 for the Wolverines. So great play calling so far for Coach Harbaugh and this Michigan offense. Really looking sound, and execution has been very flawless so far to open this game up. We got tight end in motion to the right. Expect a run here. They hand it off. It will be right to the middle to Blake Corum. Doesn't get much, but picks up a few yards, and now Blake Corum is down. 3rd and 3 for the Wolverines. That's not what you want to see if you're the Wolverines, but thankfully they have Donovan Edwards as a backup. He throws over the middle again, finds a man, Tyler Morris, for another catch on this drive for a first down. So Blake Corum helped off the field. Looks like he's got a dislocated shoulder. Maybe he's questionable to return this one. Bubble, Tyler Morris again. So yeah, it's got that dislocated shoulder, so he's questionable to return. And but J.J. McCarthy off to a hot start, 5 for 7, 108, and a touchdown. Gets a short game, sets up a 2nd and manageable. Tight end in motion. Donovan Edwards is now in the backfield for Michigan. Got the big boys in, handed right off to him, and goes right up the middle, stiff arms, and picks up a first down. Donovan Edwards, and we've seen him before, folks. We know who he is, and I'm sure Texas does too. I'm sure they schemed for him, but can you stop him? They got the big boys in. It looks like old school Michigan offense with 6 offensive linemen in there right now. We'll see how Texas responds with their 4-3 defense. Donovan Edwards, nice cut up, sticks his foot in the ground, gets about a yard there for the Wolverines, and he's tackled for a short gain. So here in the red zone on the 10-yard line, split back is a formation. They're gonna fake action. Actually be a triple option. He pitches it, and it's a touchdown. Donovan Edwards makes his statement in this game. So they go with the trick play, triple option. Texas falls for it. Great pitch and ball handling by J.J. late. Gets it to Donovan, and Edwards walks into the end zone. 10 plays, 71 yards, and Michigan up 14-0 on the Longhorns. So look at this, folks. Big Blue showing you who they are. Kicks it off. Texas has the ball first. Has the ball again. And we'll see how they respond. The momentum right now is definitely on Michigan's side. Texas definitely has to find a way to get their offense going. Want to definitely avoid another 3 and out here. They'll set up the pistol formation, 2 receivers to the right. Shotgun off his back foot, throws it kind of awkwardly, but Jordan Winston makes that 2-yard gain and set up a 2nd and 8 for the Longhorns. Looks like Quinn Ewers just lost his footing, tried to get a ball out quick, might have just slipped on that throw. Spread formation, single back in the backfield. They're going to go option as well. He gets decked hard for a loss of 4. Mason Graham with the tackle for loss, and that's a huge stop on second down. Sets up a 3rd and 12. And so far, Texas has been unable to convert on third down, 0 for 1. Let's see what happens here on 3rd and long. They're going to go with the draw play, but conservative. And we all know that doesn't work too much. That time, no gain. Looks like they gain about a yard, 4th and 11. And the Texas Longhorns will punt this ball away again. So right now, Michigan's defense has been the difference in this ball game. And the offense for Michigan is looking outstanding with their execution, as Samaj Markin with a 14-yard return. If you look at this, 7 rush plays, 46 yards, 7 pass plays, 108 yards, and they are on a roll. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns here in the first quarter, and we'll see if the Texas Longhorns can stop them. Hand it off to Donovan Edwards, cuts it left. Nice run there for a 5. Sets up a 2nd and short. Already has a receiving touchdown on the game. Blake Crum, if you're just joining us, Blake Crum just went down earlier with the knee injury, actually a dislocated shoulder. He's questionable to return. Donovan Edwards comes right off the bench and scores touchdown. Play action read here, or quarterback read. JJ McCarthy breaks a tackle and picks up 16. So JJ showing you what he can do with his legs here in the first quarter. Nice move there, runs over a defensive back. And he's showing you some attitude with a strong run there. So now if you think about this, you got to worry about the offensive line. You got to worry about Donovan Edwards out the backfield. And you may have to also worry about for McCarthy through the air and on the ground. 1st and 10 Wolverines. Under center, drops back. McCarthy has a man to the left side. And this one is almost intercepted. Jaron Thompson with a deflection. And boy, oh boy, that could have been bad news for the Wolverines, and that could have swayed the momentum right back that the Texas Longhorns would have needed. 2nd and 10 nonetheless, handed off to Edwards. He lowers his shoulders and picks up the 1st down. Great gain there for Donovan. Running the football really well. It doesn't really matter who gets it, running back or quarterback. This offensive line has their back, and they are in this game, setting up a screen here. Edwards gets the ball, but is able to go nowhere. Great downhill tackle, an open field tackle by the Texas Longhorns, that they rally around the football to make the play. So a loss of 2 there was set up 2nd and 12 for Michigan. Knocking on the door right now in field goal range, looking to pick up a 1st down to get in the red zone here. Let's see what he does. 2nd and 12 over the middle, and Cornelius Johnson with another reception, his 2nd on the day. Picks up about 7, sets up a 3rd and manageable. 70% completion so far for McCarthy in this game. He has been deadly accurate. 2 for 2 on 3rd down. Let's see if they can keep it 100%. Out the backfield, that was a great read there. And catch the ball. That's Cole Cabana, his 1st catch in the game. Hello, I'm here. I'm open. 1st down. Move the chains. Now officially in the red zone are the Wolverines. Knocking on the door. They go with the draw play here. Lowers his shoulder, and Cole Cabana, number 24, getting his 1st touch in this game. So 2nd and 6, he picks up 4. Now they're in the pistol formation. Edwards gets the ball, takes it left, lowers his shoulder, trucks the defender, and actually loses a yard on that one as Anthony Hill Jr. makes a tackle in open field. So 3rd and 7, so you definitely want to come away. You're going to potentially come away with points regardless, but Wolverines are 3 for 3 right now on 3rd downs. Can they stay 100%? Empty backfield here. 5 wide receiver spread. McCarthy drops back, looks left, finds a man, lowers his shoulder. Frederick Moore picks up the 1st down, and it's 1st and goal. Michigan, they are not playing around today, folks. The Wolverines are on another drive, trying to go 3 for 3 to start this game with 3 in the end zone, and they do it. Tyler Morris, touchdown, Michigan. Are you serious? comes back, and this is what you, for all the receivers watching at home, when you run that curl route, you don't just want to turn around and stop. Work back to the football, work back to the quarterback. He does just that. McCarthy finds him. Touchdown as a result. 21-0. Michigan and the Big Blue doing what they do. Coach Harbaugh, he said, hey, closed doors for a reason. He wasn't trying to talk and do no more talking. So 0 points, 8 plays, 18 total yards for Texas. 1 first down. Michigan, on the other hand, 21 points, 25 plays. And my goodness, what they've been able to do with the yardage is they have been so efficient. Quinn Ewers back at it, shotgun, throws it downfield, finds a man, and is that their first down? It feels like that's their first down of the game, but it's not. Xavier Worthy just making his first catch of the game for the Longhorns. Oh, baby. And Texas really dug themselves in a hole here, but it's still early, folks. Stay with me. It's college football. Anything can happen. Setting up a screen here. Doesn't get the throw off. And he'll get tackled. And that'll be an incomplete pass. Thankfully, it wasn't a fumble. Wasn't sure if the refs would take a look at this, see if his arm is moving forward. They do not. And now it'll go down as incomplete. Empty backfield on 2nd and 10. We're probably expecting a pass. Over the middle, caught and tackled is Jordan Whittingham again. It sets up a 3rd and short here. And this is what you don't want to be or do if you're Texas. Be one-dimensional now. The defensive Wolverines are probably expecting a pass until this game is at least close. Haven't converted a 3rd down yet. Ewers finds a man and is caught. Isaiah Neor moves the chains for an 18-yard gain, and that's what you want to see right there. That is a much better drive right here for the Texas Longhorns. Great catch, makes the play, gets down, and hopefully they can get some points on the board. We'll see what they come out with. So here we go again. We got shotgun formation, drop back to pass. Ewers checks it down short, and it's incomplete. Great play made there. You see, that's what we call violent hands, active hands, right? If you can't get the interception, you make the tackle, you try to deflect the pass. They do that, and it goes down for incomplete. Empty backfield again. Quinn Ewers dropping back to pass, looking left. Finds man over the middle. It's caught. Great catch, actually, in traffic by Casey Kane. 26-yard gain, so great route. That's called the stick and nod. Stuck his foot in the ground, and in traffic makes a spectacular catch. Holds on to it and sets up a 1st and goal. So this is a great tempo that we're seeing right now for Texas, and this is how the Longhorns play football in the red zone right now. 1st and goal, drop back to pass, finds a man short, makes the catch. Robinson short, almost scored a touchdown there, inches away, probably be about a yard short on 2nd and goal. Let's see if they'll just punch the football here on the ground or if they'll elect to pass. But in the shotgun right now, receiver in motion. Ewers gets the ball. It'll be a pass, actually. He's going to try and run for it. Gets tackled for a loss of 5 yards. And I'm not sure what the play call was on that one, but I would have loved to have seen them go under center and punch the football up the middle with the running back in the offensive line. They don't, and Ewers goes down hard for a negative 5-yard loss. And now that Texas Longhorns have some yards to pick back up, maybe this will help them out, give them the space they need. In the pistol formation, we don't know, still yet to be seen. Ewers looking over the middle, and it's intercepted in the end zone. Oh, say it ain't so. Michigan Wolverines forced a turnover, and this will be a touchback. The Longhorns come up empty. McCarthy handing it off to Cabana, and that is a Cole Cabana gain of 6. I mean, I am shocked, folks. Are you seeing this? The Wolverines defense with another stop. Handing it off. Donovan up the middle, picks up about 4, to be a 3rd and short, and I expect the Wolverines to pound this one in. And if you're Steve Sarkisian, you got to be scratching your head here and trying to figure out what went wrong on that last drive. But if you're Michigan Wolverines, you keep it going. Up the middle, he picks this up with ease. There was not even a defender there until he got to the second level. 1st and 10, Michigan. And the Wolverines are now on another drive, going 3 for 3 to start this game. Looking to go 4 for 4. Let's see what they call here. They'll go for an option. That won't work. Jason McCarthy gets stopped in the backfield by David. That's a loss of 4 on that one. Hard hit by the Texas defense. So 2nd and 14. Now the Wolverines set up in the pistol again. Trips left. Give it to Cole again. Up the middle. Gains about 11 yards. Gets all those yardage right back and then some. So you think about the depth by the Wolverines running back crew right now. And 5 for 5 on 3rd down. All the Wolverines empty backfield here on 3rd and 3. Quick screen to the left. Catch is made. And he will be stopped short. Cornelius Johnson gets about a yard, but short of the 1st down line. And we'll see the Michigan Wolverines' first punt in this ball game on 4th and 2. Looks like we might have an all-out blitz. They do come for it. They don't get there. Punts away. And this is actually Shanks to the left. But look at this defense. 88 yards so far allowed on the defense. 1 sack and an interception. I mean, holding the Texas Longhorns defense to under 100 yards in the 1st quarter. The Longhorns had an opportunity to score, and they turned the ball over in the red zone. So still no points on the board for the Longhorns. Looking to get something going here. Quinn Ewers out the shotgun. Throws it, and this will go out of bounds. Hit as he throws on that play. 2nd and 10, Longhorns. We got a shotgun spread hit formation. Quick pass, and nobody's even looking for the pass. That one goes out of bounds again. So 3rd and 10. Quickly to 3rd down, and they've only converted 1 out of 4 3rd downs so far to start this game. Got tight end in motion to the left. Shotgun, Ewers looking to the left. Finds a man. Catch is made. 1st down, Isaiah Nior. And that will move the chains. Definitely a much needed gain there for the Longhorns. Still looking to strike and get on the scoreboard here in the 1st quarter. Let's see if they can do it. Closing in at midfield. Shotgun. Ewers looking left. Throws it. And the catch is made by Isaiah again. Looking like his go-to receiver on this drive. And number 9 to pick up about 9. Set up a 2nd inches. Here comes the Longhorns. Out the shotgun. Going to pass it again. Checks it down short. Isaiah with another catch. Another 9-yard gain. So, hey, safety blanket here. If you got number 9 open, he'll pick up 9 for you. And this time, he picks up 10. 1st and 10. Longhorns. Shotgun again. Ewers over the middle. Has it, man. Nice pitch and throw there. Excuse me, pitch and catch. Xavier Worthy with the 17-yard reception. Picks up his 2nd catch of the game. Making his name and presence felt. Got to find ways to get him the football if you want to have a chance for Texas. So now the Longhorns in the red zone for the 2nd time today. Can it result in points? Man in motion, they're going to hand this one off. Robinson gets the ball, and he picks up a solid gain of 6. 2nd and 4, Longhorns. And like I said, it's a tale of 4 quarters, folks. We've seen crazier things happen and greater deficits be overcome in this game. So definitely a boxing match. Feel like chess right now. Just trying to dial it down, settle this team down. Finds a man. The veteran, Jordan Whittington, reliable. Picks up the necessary yards. 1st and goal from about the 3-yard line. Let's see what they call here. Hoping to see more of that Texas power football. They do not. They pass it. And Ewers looking to the right. And this one is intercepted again. Michigan still on his feet. Defender down to 30, 40, and tackled down at the 50-yard line. Quinn Ewers with the 2nd interception of the day. This one might be even more costly than the last one. But 2 times in the red zone, and they come up empty-handed. McGregor. Not enough speed to take it to the house, but a great return there on the interception. And this Wolverines defense is playing lights out, and the Michigan offense is looking unstoppable. And that is a championship caliber team and a championship caliber effort as Donovan Edwards picks up 8. So you think about the polls, you look at both these teams, their schedule, strength of schedule, conference play, and then you line up against each other, and there's still a little bit of a gap to start this game. We'll see if this stays the same as McCarthy loses 3 right there. Baron Sorrell on the tackle for loss sets up a 3rd and 5 as the first quarter is coming to a close. Let's see if the Wolverines, it's about 3 seconds separating the game clock and the play clock here. Setting up a screen, Edwards gets the ball, and he is tackled short of the first down. So back-to-back interceptions for Wolverines. They're not able to capitalize with points, and they will point it away once again on 4th and 4. So off the 2 turnovers, no points, no damage is done, but this will be a touchback into the end zone. Longhorns still have to find a way to get their offense going. No points here. Pretty much a shutout in this first quarter. I don't think they'll score in 7 seconds. I could be wrong. But here comes Quinn Ewers, has pressure on his face. Hit as he throws. And another interception. Say this is disastrous. Say it ain't so. Oh, no. Ron Moore with the pick. Not only did they not score in 7 seconds, they give the ball back to the Wolverines. And at this point, you might have to think about pulling Quinn Ewers. I don't know if Steve Sarkisian will pull the trigger, but after this first quarter, it's 21-0. Michigan straight dominating on both sides of the football. Another interception sets up the Wolverines in the red zone. Tight end in motion, shotgun formation. Hands it off to Donovan Edwards on a counter play, picks up about 5. And this one is about to get out of hand if the Wolverines score again, folks. Oh my goodness. What is going on in that Texas locker room? What are they feeling? But they're not feeling anything good. Play action pass, nice throw to the outside. Colston, Loveland, showing his quarterback some love as he makes that catch, sets up a 1st and goal from the 2-yard line. Michigan bringing in the big boys here, hand off to Donovan, and he actually gets stopped short of the goal line. Picks up about a yard, sets up 2nd and goal for the Wolverines. This will be about from the 1.5-yard line. Let's see what they call here. They got trips to the right. They'll set a tight end in motion. This will be a pass. McCarthy tries to run it and breaks a tackle, and he's in. J.J. McCarthy doing it all today, folks. Passing touchdown, rushing touchdown, leading his team, and honestly, playing the best football I've seen him play all season when it matters most. The PAT is good, and we have a 28-0 lead in this football game here in the first half. And Michigan, I mean, talk about making a statement. Statement has been made, and America has heard you. Robinson with the tack, 3 interceptions, a sack, and under 200 yards allowed by the Wolverines defense. And boy, are the Longhorns in trouble if they can't figure out this offense. Back to pass is Ewers. He stays in the game. Whittington makes a catch, picks up about 9. And that'll be a 2nd and 1 for the Longhorns. But 3 interceptions. I wonder, you wonder what's going through the mind of Quinn Ewers right now. Probably feeling super nervous with the football, but right now showing some poise with back-to-back completions. This one here to Xavier Worthy, picks up the 1st down. You gotta have short-term memory. You gotta let these passes go, but at some point you have to be better with the football, make better reads and better decisions. Sets up the screen here. Running back makes a catch. Great stiff arm there by Robinson, as he'll pick up about 3. This will be a 2nd and 7. if you're Quinn, you gotta regain the trust in your teammates right now. You gotta rally the troops to still go out there and compete and play for. You gotta find a way to put points on the board. The defense cannot play offense here. Try and set up another screen. Robinson will catch this one again, and this will be for no gain. This would be a 3rd and 7. So back-to-back screen plays called there by the offensive coordinator of Texas. Not liking that one too much, but let's see if they can capitalize here on 3rd and 7 and pick up this first down. Quinn back to pass, looking left, actually checks over to the right, and this was incomplete. Almost had it downfield, but the late hands late result in an incomplete pass, 4th and 7. Wolverines are showing an all-out blitz here. They bring the house. Punts away by Texas. This will be fair caught and back of the end zone for a touchback. So Texas, once again, aren't able to find their rhythm here to start this game. Wolverines having no problem moving the football. We got spread formation. McCarthy in a shotgun, play action, looks left, throws a pass. This one is almost intercepted, but this will go down as a deflection. So probably just miscommunication there by the receiver and the quarterback. Probably was expecting him to break off that deep route, hit the out, but he stayed vertical. That would be an incomplete pass. Hands it off right up the middle. Blake Corum looks like he's back in this football game. Dislocated shoulder earlier today. Must have been able to pop that one back in. No harm, no foul. And he picks up a solid game, sets up a 3rd and manageable. We got Corum and Edwards in the backfield, split back formation. They go out for the check down wide. They're going to find Edwards out the backfield, makes a catch. First down, Michigan. And when you got 2 dynamic running backs in the backfield, it's a lot of options, and that's pretty hard to stop. They go same formation. This one, triple option, pitches out to Corum, makes a grab, and this will actually be a loss of 1. Great open field tackle there by Jared Thompson. Didn't really fool him on that play, and goes downhill, makes a play for the Longhorns. And that'll be a 2nd and 11 for Michigan. We got twins right, tight end in motion. McCarthy back to pass, looking right, checks it over to the left-hand side and throws this one out of bounds. So good coverage there by the Longhorns. Looks like they were in man, had nowhere to go with that one, and just throws this one away. So 3rd and 11 for Michigan, pretty much in cruise control right now, up 4 scores, looking up, set up a screen. Cora makes a catch, nowhere to go. Texas gang tackled him. That'll be a loss of 1, so 4th and 12. Michigan, as I assume they will punt the ball away here. So, I mean, a lot of fireworks to start this first quarter. Second one a little bit more quiet, but Michigan still in control of this football game. I think Texas, they're still trying to find their rhythm, their chemistry right now. They're definitely probably a little shell-shocked, down 4 scores, but let's see if maybe special teams can ignite them here. Sadie Worthy with the 14-yard return. Be 1st and 10, Texas. So definitely not the start. This is what we could potentially see, folks, here in the new year. Will this be the score? Will this be the matchup? We don't know yet, but that's why I'm giving it to you early. Robinson on a screen. Great catch and run. Picks up 13. And the Lady Longhorns having a great time. Still supporting their team. Love to see it. 1st and 10, Texas. And honestly, this stadium was rocking to start this game. Michigan pretty much silenced the entire Texas Longhorn fan base. And this stadium is split. You could hear a pin drop on the Texas side of the stadium, folks. It is astonishing how Jim Harbaugh and the Wolverines have came out to start this game. Ewers drops back to pass, another screen. He'll get it over to Robinson, lowers his shoulder, gets hit hard. Picks up about 4. This will be a 3rd and short. He's pretty slow to get up again. Hope he's okay. He took a big hit at the end of that run. Sets up a 3rd and 2. Got receiver in motion. They'll actually fake the handoff. Quinn Ewers will keep it, lowers his shoulder. He picks up a 10-yard gain. 1st and 10, Texas. And this is a better drive right here. Let's see if they can punch this one in there. Honestly, their mistakes haven't really happened until they got to the red zone. So got to stay clean here on this drive. Checks it down to the running back, breaks a tackle, and then he's tackled. Jonathan Brooks picks up 3. And it'll be 2nd and 7 for Texas. Shotgun, Quinn Ewers drop backs to packs, look left. And tackled out of bounds is Jadavian Sanders. Picks up about 5 yards to be 3rd and 2 on this one. So honestly, other than the 3 picks, Quinn Ewers has been accurate with the football. I mean, 20 for 25, maybe it was 20 for 28. Not bad here. Fakes the handoff on this one. He's short. Actually will lose yards. So 4th and 2. What does Steve Sarkisian elect to do here? You're down 4 scores. Do you go for it or do you just pick up the 3 points? Yeah, he'll kick the field goal and try and get something on the board for the Longhorns, who struggled so far in this game. And the kick is good. So 3 points. So Texas finally gets on the board here midway through the 2nd quarter. 28-3 is your score. Kickoff team is out, and let's see what happens here, folks. But hey, 3 is better than nothing. Let's take this one out the end zone, though. The Wolverines gets hit and tackled down at the 20. Roman Wilson, look at the 3 players we talked about: McCarthy, Corum, Johnson, all playing in rhythm, all playing in unison. The Wolverines have been effective, efficient, and have great execution by that offensive line. They'll hand it off this time. Blake Corum takes the ball, gains about 6. So almost every single handoff has gained about 4 to 6 yards. And this ground and pound attack, we thought would just feature Blake Corum and Donovan Edwards, has also had Cole Cabana involved. So dangerous throw to the outside there, just J.J. McCarthy. This one almost nearly picked off as well. And this will be a 3rd and manageable for the Wolverines. So what you don't want to do is get careless with the football if you're Michigan. J.J. has a man over the middle, and it's deflected. Great play made by Jalen Ford. Sets up a 4th and 4. And they'll punt this ball away. So let's see if Texas can try to maybe close out this 2nd quarter strong or finish off this first half with some points on the board. We'll see what happens. Great punt here by Michigan. And they play pretty good coverage as well. Xavier only able to pick up about 10 yards on the return. But Michigan, let's see how they respond here. You have another opportunity. You got the stop that you wanted from your defense. How do you capitalize here? You got to get some points on the board, and in the form of a touchdown. There goes split back. Here comes Quinn. Has a man over the middle. Whittington picks up about 4. You may want to go up tempo if you're Texas. Try to get the ball into the end zone quickly, and maybe get the ball back a few more times to end the 2nd half. Let's see what they do here. Kind of go their normal pace, empty backfield. Quinn Ewers, shotgun formation, looking left, has time to throw. Finds Whittington again over the middle. Picks up about 4 this time for a 3rd and 2. And let's see what they do here. So not a lot of passes downfield for Texas, but they've had their fair share. Hands it off. Robinson gets the ball, picks up the 1st down. And that's a great capitalize. That's a great way to capitalize right there if you're Texas. 1st and 10. Go the Longhorns. Here we go. Quinn has time again. Checks it down to the receiver. Robinson picks up about 4. And this Michigan defense is not allowing a lot of plays down the football field. So very interesting. I mean, Quinn Ewers already 23 for 32, but under 200 yards passing. So a lot of his throws have been within that, 5-yard range. So we'll see what happens if they'll be able to have a big play downfield. 2nd and 6. Has time again. Great throw right there. That's a great out route ran by Casey Kane. 18-yard gain. It's a great out route there, more like a flag route. He kind of angled it to the 45 degrees, but great throw and catch. Man, and this is what we like to see. Here comes Texas, all right? They're down, but they're not out. Like I said, it's 4 quarters, 15 minutes on Heisman. So we'll see what they do here. Quinn with another completion, this time to Worthy. And yes, picks up the first down. 1st and 10. You see, hey, we see crazier things happen. I've seen quarterbacks throw 5 interceptions, come back and find a way to win a football game. And right now, Texas looking good on this drive. We got spread formation. Quinn Ewers hands it off with the draw play, and this one will be a tackle for a loss. Kenneth Grant, I mean, he was not getting by Kenneth on that one. He was all over that play. Good read and great stop. Loss of 2 for the Longhorns, setting up 2nd and 12. Quinn Ewers, shotgun formation, drops back to pass, looking right. Great slant play. Awesome catch by Isaiah Noor. And a beautiful throw by Quinn Ewers, fitting it in that tight window there, man. A great skinny post does Isaiah. And this sets up a 3rd and 1, a much needed 3rd down here. They're going to still up a screen. Robinson gets a pass. Can he get there? He does not. No yard gain, 4th and 1, and the offense stays out there. Steve Sarkisian rolling the dice, and this is a big deal here, folks. Pistol formation, here we go. 4th and 1, hands it off, and it's a 1st down and touchdown. Jonathan Brooks, and we have ourselves a football game now. Texas with their first touchdown in this one. Touchdown, Texas. And the PAT is good. 28-10. Here we go, folks. The Michigan Wolverines now have something to think about, but just got a report that Xavier Worthy went down with some back spasms, and he is actually questionable to return. So one of the go-to receivers goes down. Hopefully he'll get back in this one. Blake Corum having his way. He went down early with the knee injury. Excuse me, I keep saying knee because he was holding his knee. Dislocated shoulder. He's back as they go pistol back here, and he would throw the ball down the field. McCarthy has a man wide open. Catch is made. Off he goes. Wilson. Roman. Wilson. Great throw and catch just when you think the momentum is swinging in the direction of Texas. Michigan strikes again in the red zone off that dime of a throw by J.J. McCarthy. Pistol formation here at the 10-yard line. 1st and 10, drop it back to pass, throws it. This will be out of bounds. Yeah, I think he just threw that one out of bounds. Just thought about it was going to be a fade there. Didn't like what he saw, just gets rid of it. Smart decision there. 2nd and 10, they got tight formation. Hands it off to Corum. Oh, actually cuts it back to the left. Corum, oh, great move. I mean, one of the best backs in the game for a reason. Blake Corum, touchdown, Michigan. Bounces off a tackle. This guy is so tough to bring down. Cuts it back and a touchdown. 74-yard drive, and the extra point is good, and Michigan continues to dominate. They say, hey, you want to score a touchdown? We can score a touchdown too. Michigan punching the ball in. Texas on the return, and oh, nice truck there by Robinson. Runs a guy over, about a 28-yard return. Robinson doing it all, trying to rally his football team back in this game. Out the backfield on special teams. We'll see if they can score again. Let's go, Texas. It's time, now or never. Down 35-10. Can Ewers do it again? Checks it down to Whittington again and picks up about 5. So what a drive by Michigan. I mean, 3 plays, 72 yards, and a touchdown, making it look easy. And now Texas still has an opportunity to make something happen. Screenplay, checks it, gets it to Robinson. Had a lane, but great open field tackle by number 2 for Michigan, Mr. Johnson there, making sure that Robinson didn't have another lane to run through. So 40% completion or conversion on 3rd down conversion specifically, that is. Great catch, there he is, over the middle, great read, great throw, Quinn Ewers, touchdown, Casey Kane, and let's go, Texas. Look at this read down the seam. Casey Kane, Quinn Ewers, showing you folks that he's got some grit. Touchdown, Texas. And we have ourselves a ball game. So both teams, short plays, 72-yard drives. I think Texas might have found lightning in the bottle, folks, as they strike again. Back-to-back drives resulting in a touchdown after 3 points. And here we go. All we need is Texas to get a few stops. Blake Corum, 41 yards and a touchdown. Rest of the team, hey, buddy, we got you back and then some. 301 yards and 4 touchdowns. J.J. McCarthy has one with his legs, the other 3 through the air. And here comes Michigan once again. Drop back to pass. It's J.J. checks it down. Nobody's there. That'll go out of bounds. But 16 for 25, 207 and 2 touchdowns for J.J. McCarthy. Single back in the backfield, hands it off. Oh, man. Blake Corum does it again with a nice stiff arm there. Gains about 4 yards, set up a 3rd and 6 for Michigan. And if you're Michigan, 60% on third down conversion so far in this game. You want to keep your foot on the gas because Texas might have found some holes in that defense. So, and they do, as Blake Corum picks up the 2, actually picks up the 8 for a 1st and 10 to move the chains. And McCarthy continues to look efficient in this game. No turnovers by JJ as well, so that's really been a great key. McCarthy as a receiver open. Oh man, Tyler Morris with another great route. Look at this. Across the field. Nice deep out route. You see that? Folks, if you're a receiver, look, watch it on. You got to make sure when you hit that out route, you break down in your stance. You break it out. Unless it's a speed out, you want to go ahead and stride it out. If it's an out route, you break it out. 1st and 10, actually fakes the handoff. McCarthy tries to keep it himself, and now it'll be a -1 there. Anthony Hill with the tackle in the backfield. So Michigan still on a drive here, having great success in this game. Split back. Keeps the handoff again. This time he gets the lane. McCarthy will pick up the much needed yardage. 1st and 10 goes the Wolverines. So great pickup there. Just keeps it twice. Say, hey, listen, man, we're going to run this clock down a little bit. I got some fight in me too. Hands it off this time to Edwards. He's going nowhere. And that'll be a loss of 2 for the Wolverines. Jalen Catalon, the tackle for loss. So Texas right now having some plays, forcing some negative plays for the Wolverines offense, but unable to keep them from getting a 1st down. We'll see here. Trips right to formation. Pistol back. McCarthy keeps it again. Cuts it upfield. Ooh, that's a big hit. He is hit hard. Man, look at that ferocious hit. A little slow to get up is McCarthy, but he's a tough kid, folks. And he stays in the football game. So 3rd and 9. This is a crucial 3rd down. If you're Texas, can you get off the field here? They do not. McCarthy finds Darius Clemens for a 12-yard gain. And Michigan cannot be stopped, folks. I mean, man, this offense is moving. Trips left, bunch formation, shotgun. Here we go. McCarthy, receiver drops it that time. Took his eyes off the ball. Must have heard footsteps from the defender. Got spooked. Lose concentration. That'll be incomplete pass. 2nd and 10. Got split. 2 backs in the backfield. Tight end in motion. We're going to go option again. McCarthy keeps it. Has a lane. McCarthy finds a lane. Gets a lane. Goes all the way again. J.J. McCarthy. I mean, this kid is the real deal, folks. Look at this cut up lane. I mean, he goes into the end zone untouched until he gets there. Another touchdown, 11 plays, 74-yard Michigan. PAT is good, 42-17 as they continue their momentum in this postseason, in this national championship game. They shut out Iowa, beat Bama, and now are completely dominating the Longhorns here in California. I mean, everybody's getting the football. And Texas is trying to battle and get back in this game. As soon as they start to get a little bit of life, Michigan is just pouring it on, and they have been, and I expect that they will continue to be. Spread formation, Ewers, a little bit confused between him and the running back. Nobody open, throws it out of bounds. And that one will go down as an incompletion. 2nd and 10 for the Longhorns. But if you're the Longhorns now, I know you dug yourself in a big hole, but you definitely want to try to continue to score and put some pressure on the Michigan defense. He finds Jordan that time to pick up about 9, setting up a 3rd and 1. And we'll see what happens here. Like I said, it's a 4-quarter game. Texas hands it off this time. Robinson picks up the 1st down. As the cheerleaders celebrate once again for the positive gain. But we'll see what happens here. Texas will get the football back in the 2nd half. Hopefully they can still score here. What they're trying to do, great throw and catch. Casey Kane again back in this game. He's the one that has the earlier touchdown, folks, from Quinn Ewers. Setting up a 1st and 10 right as they cross the 50-yard line. So if they can score here and they get the football back and score again, this might be a lot closer than a lot of us would like to think. So yeah, if you're Wolverines, you definitely want to keep this game close. Well, create some separation. But if you're Texas, you gotta just focus on what you can control. As Mike makes a great play there, batting down that pass. But yeah, if you're Texas, definitely want to continue to score, focus on what you can control, make the plays, and make the proper reads. Trips right, Quinn Ewers, shots back to pass, looking for a screen, gets to his running back again. Robinson, very active in this game, has a sideline, and a great 26-yard gain for Kalen Robinson, as he has been the go-to target for the Longhorns. That time with a gain of 26, great catch and run for the running back. Doing it all today, try to keep this game close. If you're Texas, clock's ticking, you have all 3 timeouts. I expect they'll probably end up using 1, but don't want to give Wolverines any time. And Quinn Ewers is sacked. Loss of 5 yards, and Coach Harbaugh tries to call a timeout, but actually Texas will get there first, as they want to reserve as much time to get in the end zone. 2nd and 15. Quinn Ewers has somebody open, has a lane, cuts it upfield, lowers the shoulder, and he fumbles the football. And this will be Michigan football. Oh no, say it ain't so. Quinn Ewers fumbles. That is a fumble. Clearly was not down. Great strip. Oh, buddy. And Ewers is down on the field, and oh boy, that is not what you want to see. Quinn Ewers, oh man, tough kid, but that is a costly turnover. And that gives Texas their 4th turnover in this game. And McCarthy, great throw and catch to Cornelius, 16-yard reception. And they call a timeout, stops the clock. Ewers with an abdominal strain, just got an update. He'll be out for 2 quarters, questionable to return. And this one's nearly picked off. Close to throwing his 1st interception there was JJ. Unable to make the play. It's number 11 for Texas. Sets up a 2nd and 10 with 2 timeouts, spread formation, single back in the backfield. Drops back to pass, looking for a screen, sets it up. Corum has the ball and bounces off a tackle there. Only picks up about 2. Clock's running. They actually go hurry up offense. Looks like they're going to try and save that timeout. Trips left, gets the ball back quickly. Throws it downfield, has a man, makes a grab, is Roman Wilson. And he has been a playmaker today for the Wolverines with the touchdown earlier. Picks up a much-needed 1st down. Oh, he's sacked. J.J. McCarthy, loss of 8. They still don't use a timeout. A little shocking here. But trying to save that last one. 2nd and 18, gets the ball, drops back to pass, checks it down short for about a 6-yard gain. He'll catch us out of bounds as A.J. Barner, setting up a 3rd and 12. Right now with 18 seconds, you're probably thinking field goal range with 1 timeout, but definitely probably need to get a first down or at least close to it, definitely within the 40 or inside the 40, make this a manageable. And this would be incomplete pass over the middle. JJ trying to get it to his receiver. And yeah, the Wolverines will punt this ball away. So yeah, if he would have caught that ball first down, maybe you continue to throw the ball down the field to get your kicking team out there, but unable to do so. And this will be punted out of bounds for the Wolverines. So 10 seconds left in the first half. 42-17 is your score. If you're Texas, you probably want to take a knee. They are not spread formation. They're going to actually hand this off, play it safe. Robinson lost it 2, and that should do it. Cam Goody, that should take us to the end of the first half, and it does. You know, very, very shocking. I'm not going to lie, but also I'm more shocked by what I saw from Texas, highly impressed by what I saw from Michigan. Quinn Ewers is down with the abdominal strain. What is interesting, you know, Coach Sarkisian definitely has to make some second half adjustments. I expect to see Archie Manning in the game, so that's interesting. We'll get to see the Manning youngest brother, some would say, but honestly, the nephew of Eli and Peyton. So that's going to be very, very exciting to see what he can do as he makes his first career start in this national championship game. As you can see, the time possession, as I mentioned in the pregame, controlled by Michigan, 15-32. And look at this, 4 turnovers, 0 for Michigan. That has been the key to this game. And look at the rushing yards, 168 compared to 39. Texas right now, one-dimensional. They have to be down big in this first half and in this game. Michigan, complete and total domination. So if you're Coach Steve Sarkisian, you have to find a way, maybe simplify the offense a little bit, get to your reads, but you got Archie Manning coming in this game to lead your team. You're getting the ball back here. Have to find a way to get back in this game. Right now, Texas has been struggling, and it is not looking good. 42-17, down by a mile, a month, and a margin that could be too big to overcome. We hope not, for the sake of college football and the Longhorns fan base. Empty backfield here is Archie, drops back to pass, looking left, throws it short, finds a man, gets it, and he picks the first down. And more is Adonai Mitchell. So great first throw for Archie Manning, finding his rhythm, getting that first completion, getting those jitters out. You're coming in as a freshman. He's no stranger to the big stage, watching film with Eli and Peyton and leading his team to a high school team to a national state championship. But we hope he can lead this team to this championship for the Longhorns, as that one just gets dropped by the receiver. Just lost concentration there. 2nd and 10 for Texas. Empty backfield. Archie has a receiver, makes a catch. Mitchell picks up about 5 yards there, makes it 3rd and manageable. Tight end in motion. Manning has time, has a man, caught, catch is made. Isaiah Neyor. And look, he's like, hey, it doesn't matter who's back there throwing the football. I came to play, and I came to make the catch. As he talks his talk and lets that defender know he cannot guard him. 1st and 10. Here comes Texas. Shotgun. Archie has time to throw over the middle. Makes a grab. It's Isaiah again. Sets up a 2nd and 3 for the Longhorns, and they're on a drive, getting up the field rather quickly here. Junior coasting on the tackle. Empty backfield again. They feel confident with Archie the way he's throwing the football. O-line gave him time that time. Makes a catch. Ryan Niblett makes his first catch of the game. Welcome to the show. Ryan Niblett, gain of 12 there. And so far, 5 for 6 on this drive is Archie Manning. Pistol formation. 2 receivers to the right. Already commanding this offense very well. Looking like a seasoned vet. We'll see if he can get this continued. Sacked for 3 yards on that play. Nice play there, and tackle for loss is Jalen Harrell as he breaks off the block and boom, hits him for a loss of 3. So Archie had the play, empty backfield, audible out of it, had to try to keep it, picks up what he can. Instead, loses 3 yards. 2nd and 13 of the Longhorns. So we got trips right. Archie keeps it again. Not known for much of a runner. Breaks the tackle there, and he's hit hard. Gets it 3 yards back, but at a price with a shot to the chest from Mike Sandersville. Definitely don't want to see him taking those hits, especially with Quinn Ewers out of this football game with 3rd and 10. And man, the pressure cannot be heavy right now. Big 3rd down for the Texas Longhorns. Has time. Archie looks at man, finds the man. 1st down, yes. 1st and goal. Jonte Cook with a great grab there. And Archie Manning really growing before our eyes here, folks. Showing a lot of poise in that pocket. Hands the ball off here, and Robinson lowers his shoulder. Touchdown. Texas is back on the board. And what a drive by the offensive coordinator. 10 plays, 70 yards. Manning looking sharp. And a lot of coaches, as they approach this game, they think, yes, last game of the season, but 1st game of the next season. So if this is what the future looks like, Archie looked really good on that drive. The future looks bright for Texas if they can't come away with the win today. But game is not over. Great drive by Texas as Samaj Morgan takes us out the end zone, picks up about 28. We'll see if he can keep it going. But right now, you got to tell your guys, hey, score is 0-0, brand new football game. Texas defense has to get a stop if they want to get back in this down by a bunch. Hands it off. Blake Corum, and there's a stop right there. How about that one? Blake Corum slow to get up again. Jalen Forum with a huge hit on Blake that time. Tackle for loss. And he'll sit down for a play as we see Donovan Edwards. Trips right, bunch formation. Here goes McCarthy. Checks it down short. Has a receiver. Makes a grab. And picks up about 8 yards on the catch. Cornelius Johnson closing in on 100 yards here, folks. Already has a 1 receiving touchdown on the day. Strained shoulder, so it could be that same shoulder that he dislocated earlier, but Corum goes back out again in this game for a shoulder injury. This one gets thrown out of bounds, and there is the stop that the Texas Longhorns needed, folks. Michigan will be punting this ball away, and boy, oh boy, how the Tides feel like they could be starting to change and turn in this one. Whittingham with 11-yard return, and let's see Archie Manning again lead this Longhorns offense, and what he can do. Look very, very good and sharp on that last drive. They go spread formation, they go do draw play, hands off to Robinson. He stumbles and picks up about a yard. Had a lane there, but kind of got pushed back by the Wolverines defense and picks up about a yard. 2nd and 9. Here is Texas. Twins right. Well, actually trips right. They're going to hand this one off again to Robinson. Lowers his shoulders. Not much room there. Picks up only 2. In this game. Here we go. 3rd and 7. Has a man downfield, and this one is nearly picked off. Oh no. 4th and 7. Now unable to capitalize on the defensive stop. But, you know, it happens, right? It just happens. But 42-24, Wolverine gets the ball back, and you know, here's a game track here, just complete dominance so far from Michigan. If you're just joining us, welcome in. NCAA 14 at Ismula TV on Twitch. This one will be up on YouTube here shortly. Don't worry if you didn't catch my first game, Washington versus Alabama. Definitely tune into this one. Got 2 more coming your way. But as promised, J.J. McCarthy, the Michigan Wolverines, versus the Texas Longhorns in a potential preview of what we can see in the new year for the national championship game, folks. Thank you for tuning in. McCarthy on a throw, throws a dart. That one has some heat on it to Tyler Morris. Picks up about 7 yards on that one. Hands it off to Corum. Corum is back in this game, and this man, Blake Corum, already left the game twice, told the coach, I am not going to be left off this football field. Back in this game, 1st and 10. Lowers your shoulder, picks up about 2. Blake Corum, just a tough kid. We saw he had that injury last year, overcame that, wanted to come back and play some more football, help his team win a national championship, and he's definitely doing that today with a gain of 2. 2nd and 8. McCarthy, we got the wide receiver screen set up to Wilson. Picks up about 4 yards on that one. Wilson now across the century mark, 4 receptions, 102 yards. Roman Wilson. So 3rd and 4 here, right at midfield. Tight end in motion. Handing it off to Corum up the middle, and he will pick up the 1st down. Blake Corum with the 5-yard gain. Great push by the offensive line, opening up the hole for him. Right up the middle, right down Broad Street. Drops back to pass. McCarthy actually has a receiver. The catch is made. They're going to call this one a catch. He gets the foot down, runs that corner out, and makes the catch. Cornelius Johnson, active, getting some. Had the touchdown catch earlier in this one. Number 6 went for 6 already that time with a nice gain. 2 backs in the backfield. Fakes it to him. Gets to Carl. So nice play design there. Actually fakes it, play action to Edwards. Checks it down to Corum. Gain of 4 yards. And J.J. McCarthy, 338 yards on the day. I mean, he's close to eclipsing 500 yards. He's on track for that, folks. Nice delayed handoff there. Right to Edwards. He picks up a 1st down. Gain of 7. Donovan Edwards. He also has a touchdown in this game, too. I mean, who doesn't have a touchdown from Michigan? Tight end to the right. 2 receivers, they're going to run the opposite way. Option play. McCarthy keeps it and gains about 5 yards. So good read there. Tough run by McCarthy. Breaks a few tackles. And his team is in the red zone right now here on the 8-yard line. 2nd and 5 for Michigan. Tight end motion to the left. Option play again. Pitched it to Donovan Edwards again. And Edwards in the end zone again. My goodness. I mean, the play that worked earlier in this game works again. And the result is the same. PAT is good. 49-24. Michigan. The Big Blue doing what they do, having fun and making it rain. Whittington to take this, to actually keep this in the end zone, take it for a knee here. So if you're the Longhorns, I mean, the hole just keeps getting bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. And at what point do you dig yourself out of this hole? Down 25, incomplete pass that time. Arch Manning, nice throw. Receiver unable to hang on. 2nd and 10, Texas. Pistol formation, 2 receivers to the left, shotgun. Tosses it short. Catch is made by Isaiah. Sets up a 3rd and manageable here. So Arch Manning, I mean, has that 1 touchdown drive so far in the 2nd half. No touchdown passes yet. You know, Texas just haven't able to convert a lot on 3rd downs today. Let's see if they can do here. And they do. Nice catch. Tippy toe tap. And he gets it. Jordan Whittington with the tippy toe tap cheese there. Screenplay looking to be set up. Robinson makes a catch and runs for about 10 yards. Sets up a 2nd and inches for the Longhorns. And another solid drive being put together here by Arch Manning and the Longhorns. Gonna fake the quick throw. Throws it over the middle that time. Finds a receiver. That'll be Jonte Cook, the 2nd, with his 2nd reception on the day. So number 2 picks up the 2 yards to move the chains. 2 receivers in the backfield. Arch Manning looking left, finds a man, has a man. He runs again. Nice first down play. Breaks the tackle. Still on his feet. Flag on the play. We'll see what this one's for. Oh, this one's coming back. Clipping is the call by Adonai Mitchell. Oh, man, yeah, the mascot not liking this one. This will be, it's still a first down, but that takes him back to about the 43-yard line. It's going to be about the 46. Sets up a screen to the running back. This one is going to be a loss of 3. And that's unfortunate, folks. Had a great gain there on the last play. Brought back by a clipping. And now you look at that 2nd and a mile. So Texas putting together a great drive before the flag. Empty backfield here. 5 receiver spread. 2nd and 20. Arch Manning has time. Found his receiver Casey Kane for a short yard gain. So this is set up about 3rd and 14. So still a little bit behind the sticks. 3rd and long nonetheless. But maybe you could get something right there down the hash mark. Setting up another screen instead to the running back. This will go nowhere. So Jonathan Brooks unable to pick up a yard on that play. That'll be 4th and 14, and Texas Longhorns will punt this ball away. So great open foot tackle by McGregor. He had the interception earlier in this game right there in the red zone. This will go into the back of the end zone for a touchback. So you look at Michigan, 49-24 in the driver's seat. Longhorns still struggling to score. You'd think they'll keep it on the ground. Instead, they pass A.J. Barner with another 17-yard gain. So Michigan having no problem moving the football. Right now, just running the offense. J.J. McCarthy, 355 yards. Gonna have to check with my stats and rulebooks artist here to see what the record is for passing yards in a game by Michigan. But J.J. McCarthy is definitely on the field looking to eclipse his name in the history books. Shotgun drops back to pass. This will be a fumble, actually. He's sacked. Ball comes out. Loose about 7 yards. So dangerous play here. Looks like the arm was coming forward. It was ruled a fumble on the field. I wonder if they would take a look at this one. Probably won't have to since it was recovered by Michigan. But this will be 2nd and 13 for the Wolverines. Hands it off to Corum this time to the right. Solid run there. Gains about 6. Sets up a 3rd and 7. Ten for 16 are the Wolverines on 3rd down today, so very efficient when they need to be. McCarthy gets sacked hard. Loss of 9 yards. Alfred Collins, the big boy. D tackle gets off the block and into the backfield and says, hello, JJ. Nice to meet you. So 4th and 16. Wolverines will punt this ball away. Arch Manning and the Longhorns still trying to find some consistency on offense. Do have a touchdown to open up the 2nd half, but haven't been able to put it all together in back-to-back drives since. So we'll see what happens on this one. Jordan with a 9-yard return on special teams. He's a veteran receiver, reliable target for any quarterback that's playing that position for Texas. But right now, you're probably thinking pass if you're Texas, and they do here. So He's actually going to be sacked instead. Arch Manning held on to the ball probably a little bit too long there. Loss of 6. Great coverage sack by the Michigan Wolverines. Nobody open. Probably didn't like what he saw downfield. Didn't want to force it. We understand it. Freshman doesn't want to make a mistake here. But definitely cost his team 6 yards on that play. 2nd and 16 on the burnt orange. Draws back the pass. Arch Manning will keep it this time. Runs for it. Hits hard. Gains about 6 yards, setting up a 3rd and 10. McGregor, who's been active in this game already, 7 tackles, a sack, tackle for loss, and an interception, makes the play and stop there for the Wolverines defense. So 3rd and 10, and every single 3rd down just means that much more, as the clock is not your friend for Texas. They're going to set up a screen here, find Robinson out the backfield. He makes the catch. He's on the go. That's a 1st down and more. Breaks another tackle. Nice stiff arm there. Picks up 21 yards on that reception. So Kalen Robinson doing it on the ground and through the air right now. Just showing he's a dual threat, catching and running the football, closing in on 100 yards receiving is Robinson. Really making his presence felt. Unfortunately, his team is down by 25, but he's not giving up in this game and giving it everything he has on this football field. So got to appreciate that. Spread formation. Arch Manning drops back to throw, throws it short, and this was incomplete. I mean, crushed over the middle is Casey Kane, and boy, oh boy, did Michigan want all the smoke on that play. 2nd and 10, Michigan pistol formation. Send the running back in motion. Actually comes back to block. Great play design there with the slant route. Casey Kane with the 14-yard gain on that one. Nice play. He eclipsed the 100-yard marker as well. 144 yards receiving for Casey, with a touchdown earlier down the seam by Quinn Ewers before he went out the game. 1st and 10. Whoa! Oh! Ryan Niblett makes a catch, but boy, was he somersaulted in the air on that hit by the defense. And that looked old school, folks. 2nd and 8, empty backfield for Manning. Let's see what he can do here. Has time to throw. Finds a man, has a man, open and scored. DeAndre Moore Jr., 28 yards and a touchdown. So that's Arch Manning's 1st passing touchdown in this game. And the Texas Longhorns are not too far behind anymore, as the PAT is good. So they're down 18. 3:08 left in the 3rd quarter. And I know this isn't Madden, but if I'm playing Madden, I'm calling an onside kick. I'm down 18. What do I have to lose? I'm calling an onside kick, but Steve, he ain't thinking like me, and that's how I'm in the booth and he's coaching. He kicks this one deep into the end zone for a touchback. And the Wolverines now, 1st and 10, hands it off. Blake Corum breaks a tackle, breaks another tackle, stays on his feet, gains about 7 yards. Now we have ourselves a football game, folks. We have a whole other quarter to play, under 3 minutes to go. 49-31, you talk about Texas, who was down by 4 touchdowns at one point. Now only down 18. McCarthy has all day to throw. Has receiver, but nice play made by the defender. Oh, baby. Harlem shake me. Breaks up the pass, sets up a 3rd and 3. Now, if you're the Longhorns, you love to get off the field. Trips right formation in a bunch. Here comes McCarthy looking for a receiver. Has a man over the middle. Finds him. Catch is made, and doesn't get the 1st down. Cornelius, yeah, got the spot. Yeah, forward progress. That'll move the chains. Cornelius with 2 receiving touchdowns so far this game. McCarthy continues his beautiful accuracy. Hands off to McCorm. Makes a man miss. Picks up about 5. So 15 rushes as Blake Corum closes in on his 100-yard game. So far, it's 79 yards on the ground. Expect he'll hit over 100 as well with the way he's been playing. Tight end in motion to the right. We got twins to the left. Pistol formation. Hands off to Edwards up the middle. Lowers his shoulder. Gains 4, but sets up a 3rd and short. Donovan also with 2 touchdowns on the ground today. Both running backs with 75 yards plus, each with a touchdown. close to 100 yards. Hands off to Donovan, has a lane, hits the lane, stumbles, and picks up the first down. Way to fall forward on that play. Gets hit right before the first down is made. Jalen Ford on the tackle. Picks up the first down anyway. Two backs in the backfield. Edwards with the sweep. Stiff arm. And he's upended. And a gain of 2 on that play. 2nd and 8 for the Wolverines. Right at the 50-yard line. Right now in no man's land. His formation handed off again to Blake up the middle. Well, actually over to the B gap there. Gets about 4 yards. 3rd and 4. So if you're Texas, definitely want to have that bend but don't break mentality. They got 4 linemen right now in a 4-3 formation. Want to get your team off the field. They're going to go triple option. Can they get it? They do not. The stop is made. Anthony Hill Jr. They try the triple option. Doesn't work. Tackle for loss instead. 4th and fall. And fourth and fall. 4th and fall. I said it again. 4th and 4. And the Wolverines punt this one away. And that is a beautiful punt. Down inside the 5-yard line, I believe. And it is at the 4-yard line. So this punt will pin the Wolverines. The Wolverines will pin the Longhorns back. Hands it off to get some breathing room, and he gets it. Robinson picks up 6 yards on that carry. So just want to get a little bit of breathing room with the Longhorns. They do that, and we have eclipsed over 1,000 yards of total offense. Will we have this much offense in 2024? I don't know. But thank you for watching the show. And Manning showing off a little quarterback read there. The keeper, I know his uncles, Peyton and Eli, were not known for a lot of run plays for the quarterback. Definitely were not dual threats, more of the pocket presence for their football teams. But Arch Manning showing that he might have just a little bit different gene and maybe a little bit of a different gear. Picks up the first down here, and now put your fours up, put your fours up, folks. It's 4th quarter, empty backfield. Arch Manning wanted to lead a miraculous 4th quarter comeback for the Longhorns. If he can lead his team down the field and score a touchdown, he'll put them that much closer. As you can see the stats, 18 for 22, a $187 and a touchdown for Arch Manning since he's joined the game. Empty backfield again. They feel confident. They like what they've been seeing from him. Showing a lot of confidence in the freshman. Ryan Niblett on the catch, picks up about 9 yards for Manning. And if you're Peyton and Eli, I mean, you probably want to be doing the same thing you're doing for Monday Night Football and reacting to your nephew playing on a championship day. So we'll see if we'll get Eli and Peyton in the booth, if Arch Manning will make his start in the national championship game someday in the future. That'll probably be a dream. 2nd and 1. Nice throw and catch. Casey, actually it's going to be Isaiah Nior this time. And this will move the sticks. And Arch Manning is playing just like dropping dimes right now, playing lights out. 20 for 24. No turnovers. Empty backfield again. They like it. Keep the look. Has a man wide open. Gets it to him. Ryan Niblett with a 7-yard gain. 2nd and 3. You know, Texas probably want to go no huddle here. Clock's not in your favor. Decent tempo. They take their time, set up the play. Get the right calls in. Trips left. Robinson in the backfield. He'll stay in the block. Checks it down. Ooh, dangerous throw behind him. Junior Colson with the deflection there. That pass thrown a little bit behind the receiver, almost in harm's way. But he lives to fight another day. 3rd and 3 for Texas. And this game is getting close, folks. Here in the 4th quarter, handing off to Robinson. Can he pick up 3 yards? He does not. Oh boy, that is unfortunate. And that, honestly, could be the game if they elect to punt. But they don't. Steve Sarkisian rolling the dice in no man's land. 4th and 3. 1 for 1 so far on 4th down. Arch Manning putting a lot of faith in the rookie, and he'll get sacked. The freshman, Arch Manning. He'll learn as he continues to grow up in this Texas offense, but gotta get the ball out of your hands much quicker than that. Loss of 7, and look, you can hear a pin drop in the stadium as the Longhorns will turn over on downs. Here comes the Wolverines. At midfield, McCarthy keeps it, runs it, and gets about 3 yards. Now, if you're Michigan, can you do enough to hold off this Texas offense and keep their defense on the field? You really want to probably work the clock here. They have a play action set up, and this one goes nowhere. So a little bit of an awkward throw there by J.J. McCarthy. That'll go down as an incompletion. Trips left, empty backfield. And it finds a man short, and he's actually going to be short of the line of scrimmage. Actually, excuse me, of the first down marker. And the Wolverines will punt the ball away. So a quick 3 and out here for Michigan. And we'll see if Texas can put some points on the board as the clock keeps chipping away. 12:37 left in the fourth, down 18. They have a good drive going when Arch Manning has an empty backfield, but you definitely want to keep it consistent and get him into the red zone. Screenplay is called. They have Robinson. This will probably put him over 100 yards receiving. And look at Robinson go. First down and more for a 27-yard reception. And now Keelan Robinson, 110 plus yards receiving in this game. And look at that jersey, folks. He's just been getting dirty out there, leaving it all on the football field, and that will sit well with the NFL scouts. So we got twins right, tight end in motion to the right. Shotgun. It looks like Quinn Ewers is actually making his presence back into the game as Mitchell picks up a first down. Quinn Ewers, with that last pass, that puts him over 400 yards passing. So he was out earlier in the game with an abdominal strain, questionable to return, and he also does not want to leave this football field without giving his team an opportunity to win a national championship. So they had a good drive going with Arch Manning. Quinn Ewers, the veteran, puts himself back in the game. Probably took some notes from Arch Manning. Now he's got an empty backfield. Throws it short, almost picked off by Chris Jenkins, and that is not what you want to see if you're the Longhorn fans. Arch Manning moving the football, and now Quinn Ewers almost throwing another interception to put this game away for the Wolverines. So 3rd and 8, has a man, finds a man, gets the first down. Mitchell with a 15-yard reception, and that is exactly what the Longhorns needed to keep this drive alive. So McCarthy sitting at about 369 yards passing. With that last throw, Quinn Ewers is actually closing in on 500 yards passing on the day for him, which would be a school record. Throws it out, and Casey Gain, looks like he gains a first down. Casey Kane with a great catch and gets out of bounds to save some time on his clock. So 1st and 10, hands off to Robinson, gains about 3 yards. Texas Longhorns in the red zone. Robinson slow to get up. I mean, he's put the team on his shoulders today, folks, and done it all on the ground and out the backfield as a receiver as well. Pistol formation, handed off to Robinson again. He's been the workhorse for the Longhorns. On a body, stays up, and is short of the line to gain. It's going to be 3rd and inches for the Longhorns here. And you expect this to be 4th down territory with the score being the way it is. Instead of being under center, empty backfield, quarterback draw. Quinn Ewers keeps it, almost gets in. And that'll be down at the 1-yard line. 1st and goal, Texas. Quinn Ewers showing he's a tough player there. Under center here this time, but drop back the pass. Instead, Ewers gets sacked again. So once again, the Longhorns have an opportunity to punch it in in the end zone. They elect to pass and get sacked for a loss. I don't know why they're not going to try the handoff. It still makes me scratch my head. A second to go now for the Longhorns. Looks like Michigan's showing blitz. They bring the blitz, hands it off to the running back, and gets the yardage right back. Jonathan Brooks picks up 6, 3rd and goal for the 1-yard line this time. Let's see if they try to punch this one in. Shotgun formation. Showing a pass. They go triple option. Quinn Ewers keeps it, and he's short of the end zone. Wow, what a tackle in open space by Rod Moore. And everybody's on their feet, folks. 4th and goal for Texas. This could be the ball game here. Drop back to pass. Quinn has a man, gets him. Jonte Cook in the back of the end zone. Touchdown Longhorns. And we have ourselves a football game once again. Texas on the board. They're going for 2 here. They are. To make this a 10-point game, be 2 scores here. Spread formation. Here we go. Quinn Ewers hands it off to the running back. And lowers his shoulders. He gets there. Jonathan Brooks. Ha! The 2-point try is good. So you talk about a turnaround. A tale of 2 halves. Steve Sarkisian makes the adjustments. Quinn Ewers goes down. Arch Manning leads his team back down the field in the end zone. Quinn Ewers says, freshman, it's my team. I'm back in here. Takes his team down for a touchdown, and they are only down 10 points with 9 minutes to go. Now, if you're Michigan, you don't want to let this team back in it, and McCarthy's showing you why with the 19-yard scamper on that drive. I mean, look at this replay. Fakes the handoff. Oh my goodness. 23, where are you going? Trucks the defender, keeps his feet going, and boy, oh boy, J.J. McCarthy playing like a stud. So up 10. Here comes Corum. Has a lane, great gain. Picks up about 10. It'll be 2nd and inches. As he's 7 yards away from 100 yards on the day. And this is what I call comeback, folks. 1,300 yards of total offense. My goodness. Where is the defense? Have seen little to none of it this day. Blake Corum with a 9-yard catch. And that'll also move the chain. So 374 yards for J.J. McCarthy through the air against this Texas defense. Here we go. 1st and 10, under center, drops back to pass, throws it, has a man, and oh! Intercepted by Texas, and here the Longhorns go. The turnover that they needed could not have come at a better time. Jaron Thompson, they try to take the top off the defense. He said, not on my watch. The Longhorns battling back in this one. 1st and 10 for Texas. Quinn Ewers keeps it and has it. Ooh, and he's on a body with the 10-yard gain, and you can feel the momentum start to change. Coach Harbaugh, jaw is dropped. 2nd and inches, pistol formation, hands it off on the counter play. Jonathan Brooks picks up the line of gain, and look at the Longhorns mascot break it down for some change. 1st and 10 here at the 45-yard line. Hands it off again to Brooks. Great run there. Picks up 8, 2nd and 2. I mean, as far as the clock goes, it's pretty balanced right now. Closing in on 7 minutes. 2 backs in the backfield. They're going to hand this one off again this time. Nice option there. C.J. Baxter with his first carry. Picks up 6 and a 1st down. So Texas kind of taking the time. Want to make sure they get the right plays in. Trips left. Single back in the backfield here. They're going to hand this one off on the jet sweep. He cuts it back, and actually go down for a loss. Great tackle in the backfield for Junior Colson. 13 tackles on the day, 2 tackles for a loss, and a sack. I mean, both defenses just been flying all over the football field. Michigan in particular is making plays all day today. Great play made there. They're going to hand this one off again. Another jet sweep. Look at the running back showing some toughness there. CJ Baxter picks up about 5. Keeps those feet moving. So back-to-back runs there. Not too sure about that call, but it's made nonetheless. 3rd and 6 now. Crucial 3rd down. Trips left, bunch formation. Drops back to pass. Quinn has a man. Oh, it's incomplete. Oh, no. So big stop by Michigan. And actually, the offense will stay out on the football field. 4th and 6. Coach Steve, roll the dice again. Quinn has a man. It is good. DeAndre Moore. He wants some more. Quinn Ewers, 440 on the day. 4th and 6. The conversion is good. 1st and 10. Brooks again. 1st down again on the Longhorns. And get those Longhorn hands up. The fans are cheering. Once again, the Burnt Orange are on a drive here, folks. Here in the red zone. Pistol formation. Hands it off. Big hole. There he goes. On his feet. CJ Baxter, the fresh legs. Robinson has been the man all day. Jonathan Brooks making his mark on his game. And here comes CJ Ewers. Oh, touchdown, Texas. Quinn Ewers with the quarterback keeper. Oh, baby, the Longhorns battle back. 12 plays, 89 yards. The PAT is good. Oh, baby. And look at Robinson getting some rehydration, so we could see him back in this game as well. But the backup, CJ Brooks, showing the fresh legs for Texas. Much needed life on offense for the Longhorns, who struggled all day. I told you guys, stay with me now. And now the pressure's on Michigan. Got to get something here. Nice throw and catch. Cornelius Johnson picks up the 1st down. Thought he was short of the line of game. It looks like he stayed on a body. And picks up the 1st down. And this game could not have gotten any better. Bunch formation here. They'll hand this one off. Blake picks up about a yard, so you could try to wind the clock down here if you're Michigan, but that means you have to get down and score a touchdown. If you don't, a field goal still leaves the door wide open for Texas. So what do you do here if you're Harbaugh? You keep it on the ground. And Blake Corum picks up 3. You think that's going to be more of his philosophy, trying to bleed this clock out a bit. Great tackle by Terrence Brooks, but if you don't convert here, the last drive could go to Texas. So here we go. Drop back to pass, sets up a screen, and they're on it. Texas with the tackle for a loss and the stop they needed. 4th and 10. I mean, McCarthy was on his way to a 500-yard passing game. It must have heard me say that. And he hasn't really thrown that many passes down the field since. And now the Michigan side of the stadium is completely silent. Great punt return coverage. 3 sacks for Texas, 6 sacks for Michigan. 1 interception for Texas, 3 interceptions for Michigan. A fumble force, 4 pass breakups for Michigan, and 6 for the Texas Longhorns defense. So here we go with the game on the line. Quinn Ewers, you decide, and boy, did he decide to keep those legs moving on that run. Picks up 12 yards. So if you're Coach Steve, if it's me, I'm trying to make this drive the last drive of the football game and punch it in for 6. Hands it off. Brooks picks up about 1. I'm making sure we have a nice balanced attack of the run and the throw. I'm not even really looking for anything down the field. I'm going to keep it on the ground. Short gain over the middle. But we'll see what they do here. Option play. He pitches it. Brooks picks up about 6. So now you have a third and manageable. And every single third down now is crucial because if you give the ball back to Michigan, you may not see it again. Your defense has been playing well. This is a beautiful time to back them up. 2 backs in the backfield. Out the shotgun. They're going to go option here. Gets the first down. Great run by CJ. And boy, has he been running the football tough here in this fourth quarter. I mean, we all thought that we were just going to see Robinson, and look at the depth by the Longhorns backfield showing up late in this game. Over the middle, no! It's an interception. Quinn Ewers with his 4th interception of the game, and this one could not have come at a worse time. Late, that's a bad read. A great play by the defender, jumps the routes, and Saab with the pick. Oh, baby, no way. The Longhorns. Gave it back that's a dagger in the heart of the Longhorn fans. Motion, hand it off, Blake Corum. Oh, folks. This is what you call college football as Blake Corum. He crosses the century mark, 20 carries, 104 yards on the day today. Now Michigan is threatening. If you're the Longhorns, you want to try and hold them to just 3 here to give your offense one more shot at it. Definitely want to keep the Wolverines out the end zone, but no. Quinn Ewers with another costly pick, and that might cost his team the football game. We'll see. 2 backs in the backfield, twins left. Out the shotgun, 3rd and 3 for Michigan. Letting the clock wind down here. Feeling pretty confident they'll pick this one up. We'll see what they can do on this play. Handing it off to Diamond Edwards. He lowers his shoulder, runs over a tackler, or would-be tackler that is. And yeah, the mascot hook him all what he knows. If you let Edwards and Corum both go for over 100 yards rushing, that's bad news for your football team. And this looking like this could be it if the Wolverines score here. You got 6 linemen in. Single back in the backfield is Blake Corum. 2 receivers to the left. Texas stacks the box. Shifts over late. Handing off to Blake Corum. He bounces to the outside. Picks up about 6. 2nd and 4. Yeah, just right on cue. I was about to say something. If you're Coach Steve, you definitely want to save a timeout here or use one. He does. Stops the clock. Handed off again to Edwards. He picks up a 1st down, and now Texas calls their 2nd timeout. This will be 1st and goal for the Wolverines. They'll fake the handoff, throws it to the outside, has a man, touchdown, Cornelius Johnson, and that should do it, folks. Oh, great route, breaks it, like I said. Great route, breaks to the out. If it's a speed out, you shot it out. If it's an out route, you break it out. Breaks it down, loses the defender, fakes the inside move, goes outside. Defender going one way, he's going the other way. J.J. McCarthy said, hey, bro, I'm going to find you today. And another touchdown pass through the air for J.J. McCarthy. That's what you call clutch, folks. For the Michigan Wolverines take the lead back to 10. Out the end zone comes the Longhorns. He's going to take this pass to 20, pass 25 to the 30, and tackle down as a flag on the play. This one might be coming back. And it is. We got clipping as the call. Receiving team, that'll be on David Benda. So now you got 1 time out. Down by 10 on about the 12-yard line. So it's going to take a miracle here, folks. Let's see what Quinn Ewers can do. Definitely a passing situation here. Has a man deep, and this one goes, he overthrows his guy. on that play. 2nd and 10 of the Longhorns. Trips left is a formation. One receiver in the backfield. Drops back to pass, throws it to the left. This one goes out of bounds. So 3rd and 10, definitely. So no completion so far in the drive. We know we're looking at 4th down territory, but definitely want to pick up something on this one for sure. We want to get past the sticks and stop the clock. And this one, oh no. When it rains, it pours. A pick, don't tell me it's a 6. 5 interceptions for Quinn Ewers, Junior Colson. And that should seal it right there. Quinn Ewers with another interception. I mean, you got to even question why Coach Steve Sarkisian allowed him to go back out there. He does get his team a touchdown, but then follows it up with 2 picks when Arch Manning wasn't really making any mistakes. So definitely we'll be talking about that in the post-game press conference as Blake Corum scores it in for a touchdown. And man, they didn't have to do that, but they did. Touchdown, Michigan Wolverines, as Blake Corum just walks right into the end zone. So 63-46. I mean, man, will this be the matchup? Will this game be this high scoring? We don't know, but boy, oh boy, has this been a fun one to call. I mean, Michigan from the start of the kickoff just pouring it on offense, defense playing lights out. J.J. McCarthy on the ground through the air. Quinn Ewers goes out. Arch Manning comes in. The nephew of Eli and Pan takes his team down, scores a touchdown. Quinn Ewers says, "Put me back in." They score a touchdown. Then he throws another pick. I mean, and almost throws another pick here. So 2 touchdowns and 5 interceptions. I know I said earlier in the broadcast, I've seen players, throw 5 picks and come back and win this game. Had an opportunity if he would have left it at just the 4 interceptions, to be honest with you. But the 5th, that just might be one too many. I said I've seen it. Doesn't mean I've seen it consistently in college football. So 3rd and 10 for the Longhorns. Game is pretty much in hand for the Wolverines, but still playing for pride here is Texas, as Ryan Niblett picks up 15. They'll go hurry up offense, showing you that they are not going to quit. Quinn Ewers out the shotgun, drops back to pass, looking left, and almost throws a 6th interception. Might set a school record for most interceptions thrown in a football game if he keeps this up, or if he hasn't already. Out the shotgun again. Quinn Ewers wants to finish his game. He stays in. Finds Ryan Watts. Gets a huge hit over the middle there by the Michigan defense. He got laid out. I mean, boy, he took a shot and he's really slow to get up. Oh, that is not good. Oh, buddy. He was barely moving on that one, folks. 3rd and 3 is the Longhorns setting up a screen, and that goes nowhere. It's actually going to be a sack, and that's a tough pill to swallow right there. And loss of 10 yards. Quinn Ewers just not looking like himself today, folks. Not sure what happened in the 30 days. Well, plus the added week of preparation after they won the All-State Sugar Bowl against Washington, but just not looking like himself. Not the Quinn Ewers we've been accustomed to seeing this season. Just never felt comfortable, never looked comfortable back there in the pocket today. Didn't make the right reads. You'd think that Coach Sarkisian would have some halftime adjustments, but he actually goes down with an injury, does Quinn Ewers. Makes those adjustments with Arch Manning, and then Arch Manning scores a touchdown, and you put Ewers back in, and he throws a pair of interceptions on top of the 4 he threw in the first half. So that'll do it, folks, as the Wolverines will take a knee to seal this game. And 63-49 is your final score. The Michigan Wolverines, Blake Corum, 135 yards, 2 touchdowns. The rest of the team, 7 touchdowns, and 530 yards. And J.J. McCarthy, player of the game, 36 for 52, 386 yards, 17 carries. I mean, we got to see the stat line on this one because he's got a pair of touchdowns through the air and a pair on the ground. So the Michigan Wolverines, I mean, from the start of this game, taking a shot downfield, Wilson over the shoulder catch, take that, Scooby Johnson, that is, takes that to the house, number 6 for 6. Ewers says, okay, I'm coming back. Finds Casey Kane over the middle. You know, this will put it about like 28-10. McCarthy keeps it and just untouched into the end zone. Great block by the receivers. And there was just nothing that the Longhorns can do on defense. Arch Manning looked great out there today off the bench. Finds a man. He doesn't turn the ball over. And then you take him out. Honestly, I would have kept him in the game with the success he was having with the empty backfield. Yeah, you go one-dimensional for Texas. You can't run the football. You're down by multiple touchdowns. You know, but you're having great success moving the football with Arch Manning. I wouldn't pull the freshman, honestly. I'd keep him. When you go empty backfield with Quinn Ewers, he throws an interception. You go empty backfield with Arch Manning, he completes the pass, moves the chains, and it results in a touchdown. But definitely an amazing game here, played specifically by the Wolverines. Very impressive showing. J.J. McCarthy, 146 QBR, 36 completions, 52 attempts, 386-yard passing. Doesn't get the 5 that we thought he was projected to do, but 3 touchdowns, only 1 interception there. On the ground, Jason McCarthy also had 5 rushing touchdowns for 50 yards, so a total of 5 total touchdowns today for Jason McCarthy, 3 through the air and 2 on the ground. Blake Corum, 113 yards rushing with 2 touchdowns. I mean, look at this. 2 touchdowns by Blake, 2 touchdowns by Donovan, 2 touchdowns by Jason McCarthy on the ground and 3 through the air. I mean, that's ridiculous. You know, if you're Texas, that's not a good look. I mean, you had 2 running backs almost rushing for over 100 yards. And look how many different receivers caught the ball today. I mean, he was sharing the sugar. 2 receivers over 100 yards in this game. Roman Wilson and Cornelius Johnson. You know, it was just a bad game overall for Texas. Nothing could really go their way until late in the fourth quarter. Honestly, until Arch Manning came in the game off the bench and gave this team some life. But I'm still scratching my head by Coach Steve Sarkisian. I know you want to be loyal, you know, to your guy Quinn Ewers, but who's playing better? You gotta keep the hot hand on that football field, right? 21 for 26 was Arch Manning when he came in. 217 yards passing, a touchdown, 80% completion. But key word here, 0 turnovers. Okay? 42 for 62 is Quinn Ewers. 462, yeah, that looks great on the stat sheet. 2 touchdowns with 5 interceptions, and he had a fumble when he ran the football. So a total of 6 turnovers for Quinn Ewers today, and that's not good. That's not good for your leader, your quarterback. You know, definitely lost the locker room, even lost the fans that traveled a long way in the stadium. You know, Robinson, definitely the workhorse for this team, about 50 yards on the ground and a touchdown. But then he also, I believe, led the team in receiving yards. So 100 yards receiving. I mean, you had three players go over 100 yards receiving, but just couldn't take care of the football, and that was the difference in this game. So yeah, great. I mean, just an outstanding game by Michigan. Gotta credit Coach Harbaugh and what he was able to do with his football team and get these guys prepared. But shutting out Texas in the first quarter, 21-0, winning the second quarter, 21-17, got outscored in the third, 7-14. You know, only outscored by 1 point in the fourth, but did enough to hold them off 63-46. One of the most highest scoring games I've ever seen and been a part of. 109 points scored in this game is ridiculous, and over 1,300 yards of total offense in this game for both teams. So if you look at this, Texas had more first downs, but the rushing yards, 279 rushing yards. Texas was 679 passing yards, but the difference, 6 turnovers, all by Quinn Ewers. 5 interceptions and a fumble recovered by the Michigan Wolverines defense. So just a horrible game for the Texas Longhorns. Not the Texas Longhorns defense or offense that we're accustomed to seeing, but a very impressive showing by the Michigan Wolverines. Got to give them a lot of credit. So total yards of offense was 1,488 yards of total offense at 109 points combined. So if you went with the over, probably hit the jackpot in this game. Um, time possession goes to Michigan, goes to Texas, but the victory in the national championship goes to Michigan. As you can see here, JJ McCarthy played exactly like we hoped he would, like the leader and the next level quarterback that we talked about in the pregame show. 36 for 52, 386 yards, 17 carries for 50 yards, and 5 total touchdowns. Rod Moore, we called his name a lot at the free safety position, picking off Quinn Ewers twice with 2 interceptions, 2 tackles for loss, and 14 tackles on the game. Keelan Robinson did everything he could for Texas and that Longhorns offense. 17 carries, 50 yards, and a rushing touchdown. 12 receptions, 118 yards out the backfield as well before he had to take a breather because he was getting pretty banged up. Jaron Thompson, the free safety, also called his name a lot. He had that interception late, which turned the tide for the Texas Longhorns. They were able to actually capitalize off that interception, bring the game within 3. But then Quinn Ewers did his signature move today and gave the ball right back to that Michigan defense. And that would be the game. 11 tackles, a tackle for loss, and an assisted tackle. That's ATK for you for Jared Thompson. So great game for honestly both teams. Got to give both teams a lot of credit. But Michigan, I mean, whoa. Michigan is different. We'll see if this will be the actual game that happens on January 8th, 2024. We'll see if Michigan can actually get past Alabama in the Rose Bowl game here in Pasadena. But for this video, they did that, and they also stomped on Texas and are the 2024 CFP College Football National Championship game. I'm your host at IsMullah TV. Thank you for joining me once again. I love the support, guys, that I've been receiving from you all. It's been nothing but incredible. The feedback, the comments, make sure you like and subscribe and comment on that at ismula_TV YouTube channel. This video will be posted up soon. Thank you for watching on Twitch. Hey, it's real. We're back, and we got 2 more videos coming for you guys. Bama versus Texas, and Michigan versus Texas, versus Washington as well. So that's 2 more videos coming for you before this year ends. So stay tuned, keep it locked. You watching at IsMullah TV on Twitch. Peace.